we're going to get straight into the action today. We're going to get this sorted out, the oil pickup pump. So I think it was just a bit of air trapped in there, because I don't know, I got a comment from Mike, and I'll leave that on the screen now so you can have a quick look. But basically, I'm going to follow this, what he said, and see if we can get oil circulating around the engine. And we want the oil so that it's dripping out from the camshaft. So once I can get all that sorted out, I'll be happy that oil is circulating around the engine. So I guess the first thing, like he said, is to put some oil into the oil pickup pump. So right in here, in that little hole there, we're going to put some oil in there. I need to find my little funnel. Bear with me a moment. There we go. So I'm not going to put a great deal in it to start off with, because, well, the oil pickup pump doesn't hold a great deal of oil anyway. So I'm just going to put in a little bit at a time, and then just turn it and see if the oil goes down. And then going the opposite way, it pumps the oil back up. So yeah, the oil pump's definitely working. So if I go rotation of the engine, the oil then gets circulated around the engine, and if I go the opposite way, back against the engine, against the rotation of the engine, it pumps the oil back out. So I know that is good and that is cushy. So I'm going to follow the instructions that he's given me on how to make sure that it's the oil's primed, and yeah. But at the moment, all the oil's dripping out of the turbo intake oil line, so I need to block that up somehow. Once I've worked out how to block that up, I'll get back to you and we'll carry on testing the engine. Right, so I found myself a bolt, a random bolt, but it's yeah, it's the right size and thread, so I've screwed that in to the turbo to stop the oil going, well, that's where the turbo would be, so it's just to stop the circulation going through the turbo, because obviously it's not circulating around the rest of the engine, and it's just coming out of there rather than going around the engine. So yeah, putting that bolt in, we can now, well, check to see if any oil's coming out of the oil pressure switch. So I've removed the oil pressure switch there, which is, yeah, right there on the front of the engine. I've taken that out, and I'm just going to fill it up with more oil and see if we're going to keep on rotating the engine, keep turning it until we get some oil coming out of that pressure sensor. Yeah, the reason why it's making all those air sounds and noises is because I've taken out the glow plugs. But look at that, there we go. Bit of golden syrup coming out of the engine there. Happy days. Awesome. Right, so I've gone ahead, put the pressure switch in, and that's all tightened up now. Happy days. Put some more oil in the oil pump, rotated it a little bit, and oil instantly started coming out from the cam. So yeah, I mean, you can see there's loads of oil there, drip down. It's still dripping now. So that's good. We've now got circulation of oil around the whole engine. Happy days. Well, here's something else I've just noticed. You can see in here the threads are fine, but you see in that one the thread's not fine. So this is the one that was originally on the engine that was in the van, and that's the one that I've used. But on this head, because that was the bolt that was with the head. This is the bolt that was from the other head. I put the wrong bolt in and it wouldn't do up. And I wondered why it wouldn't do up. It was just spinning and spinning and spinning. It was because this bolt here that was on this head, it's not the right bolt, and it's actually longer than that bolt, so that bolt wasn't going down. And when I had this one out, and I actually looked, you could see that all the metal from the thread was on here. There was quite a bit of it on there, and that's what I was doing it up. And it says to, I hadn't even torqued it up. I set the torque wrench at 10, and you can feel as I was doing it up, it's just straight round. I was like, well, that don't feel right. When it wouldn't pull out, it would just spin and spin and spin. So that's an absolute bitch, that is. Oh well, it's only the top, isn't it? Top end. I can still build it back up and still put the engine back in. But I'm not really worried too much, like I say, because I'm going to be building another engine soon, more powerful one. Hopefully I have a bit more luck with that than I do with this. Right, so what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to helicoil it. Yeah, have to get it helicoiled. That's the only option I got, really. I'll get online and order something up. It's a pain in the ass. Oh well, let's crack on with slave cylinder. Alright, yeah, I knew I loosened it, but I didn't know I'd loosened it that much. And then, yeah, just take that off, and then these here, I was just like, oh, it's got to be a 10mm. One either side. Nah, mate, they're not 10 mils. 9mm. Yeah, 9mm. Right, let's whip this off and put the new one on. That's my biggest fan right there. So I've gone ahead and purchased myself a Helicoil, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I've got myself a Helicoil kit for the M8 times, well, it's the M8 by 1.25 thread for this that I need. So we're going to have to drill the thread out and then tap it and then put this Helicoil in. I could have just bought a Helicoil. I've probably got the right size tap somewhere. I've probably got the right size drill somewhere, but I couldn't be bothered to look for everything, so I got myself this little kit from Bill's. Happy days. So that's 21mm. Right, what I'm just doing, checking with these Helicoils. Narnia. There we go. Right, yeah, so there's going to be plenty of depth in there for the Helicoil to go in. So what I'm going to do, bear with me. Right, so the Helicoil kit, got this from, well, it's made by Silverline. Got it from Bill's, bills.org. I'll leave a link down below if you want to go check them out. They've got loads of tools, loads of random stuff. But what I'm doing is I'm just getting some tape here and then roughly sort of like, because I don't want to drill all the way down. There's no need to drill all the way down. Although I've got the depth, I've taken the depth there. But I don't need to drill that far. So we'll just go down just beyond it. It's about there. And with a bit of tape. So that way, I know once I get to the tape, I am deep enough, more than deep enough. And not only that, is that we're still not going to go all the way to the bottom. And then what we need to do as well is to make sure when it comes to tapping it, that tap, so when I tap it down, how far until it gets decent thread, that kind of distance, all of that thread's going to be good. So we're going to have 5mm at the bottom where it's sort of like the starter thread, but that's still going to leave a good 10mm. So let's just have a look for measurements. Yeah, so that's about 14mm there. So even if it's like 5mm over, we're still going to have 9mm, 10mm of thread. Which when you say 10mm of thread, that's 10mm there. So that's going to be good. That will be good. Should be good. Right, I go. So the first thing is get the drill out. We'll drill that as straight as I possibly can. I don't have a pillar drill. I was offered to go around to Matt's and use his pillar drill, but I could have done really. But I just want to get it done. I can't be bothered to go anywhere. Kind of lost motivation to do everything at the moment until I get this done. Like my airline's down the other end at the moment. Limited on the space. I can't drag it down here at the moment either. So just starting it off, I'm not putting any pressure on it down. I'm just letting the actual thread itself just cut it. I'm not putting on too much pressure. And I won't break it back yet until we've actually know we've got a decent thread starting. You can see all the little bits of aluminium starting to break up where it's gripping and tearing, making a new thread. Making sure that we keep it central, square. There we go. Let me just turn it back enough just to break off all those little bits of swarf in there. We can carry on. And these flutes in here, all the swarf will collect in there anyway. Yeah, just showing there, that's how far the hole is threaded, and that's how far we've got to play. So we've got different Loctites 638 2701 270. Thread locker, just high strength retainer, and this one's stud lock. So I'm going to use some stud lock. Yeah, so I just need to clean it up. And then I've got a little punch. Just get a rag. And then what the kit also comes with this little punch, and we just put the punch in there. And then just like a little tap, I guess. And that should just snap off. There we go. Happy days. Sweet. Let's go put it all back on. One thing after another. So the oil pump, we had it upside down, we checked it, oil was circulating properly, sealed up the pickup pipe, the O-ring, bit sealant, made sure that was all sealed. I've now gone ahead, filled it up with oil. In there, bone dry. Turning the engine over by hand and everything, there's no oil circulating again. It's gone dry. So I guess possibly there's an air leak in that pump, is there? A slow air leak. So once it's lost all the oil in there, it's not gonna pick up oil again. That's what I presume anyway. I don't know. Really don't know what to do next. I'm just... Well, I'm going to have to drain the oil, aren't I? Take the sump off again. Do the whole procedure again. And this time I'm just going to put the other pump on. Prime it, make sure that the oil's staying in the pump. Absolute pain. Yeah, well, I'd have thought turning it by hand, it should have at least carried on circulating oil at least, but it hasn't. And the only reason why this is all nice and shiny and lubed up is because I literally just poured the engine oil into the top. Oh well, that'd be a Ron job, wouldn't it? Because I'm going back out on a school run now. Oh well, I'll come back to this later.